all the way around.
Yo, welcome back. Welcome back. Windy City Vibin. Big week, a lot of content, a lot of stuff happened.
For sure.
Um,
You said a lot of stuff. I only know two things. I don't know about the other stuff.
and I mean, same as last week, Bulls games, Bear game.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, for sure.
God of War came out.
Did you grab it?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't grabbed it yet. I didn't spend too much money this week.
Um, a surprise release that something I bought that I forgot I bought. The new Sonic game came out. And I forgot I got it, but okay, whatever. And it was good.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm seeing good reviews on that one.
Yeah, it's not a bad game at all. I played it for about an hour, and I was like, it got some. Mario Odyssey is too much praise, but I would say it's a good Sonic game. Like they didn't
From
ain't trash.
from
I
what
don't
I
know if it's worth $60 though, but it ain't trash though.
I know from what I saw, I seen a couple of people. I watch Afro Senju. He played it, and it gave me some near automata vibes.
Yeah, like I like the whole direction of making Sonic a fighter. Like it makes sense. It's like Mario got the whole stepping on people's heads
Yeah,
on
platform.
lock. Like
Yeah, that's the platform king right there. So I
it,
know. Sonic was created to combat that, but he never like he was never in the league. He never had no
because he was
moment.
trying to be him, but trying not to be him.
Yeah,
And
they
then
really.
it's like now he is actually a difference between the two. Because before this game came out, he did what Mario did. He stepped on people's heads.
Yeah.
Like, but instead of stepping, he was in a ball or whatever. But anyway,
Yeah, he had like an obstacle course. He really didn't have like
yeah,
a
yeah.
mushroom kingdom that he was like traversing. It was pretty much like a freaking endless racer, but it had like there was an end to it.
Right.
But
Exactly. Like I
yeah,
don't know. I'm a fan of the Sonic games, but the
yeah,
old
for sure.
schools. But it's like like I said, I played it for about an hour and a half, and I was like, this is not. I'm gonna finish this game. It don't suck. Like I can't say that about most Sonic, especially the 3D Sonic games. But
Okay.
anyway, I digress. We are recording on a Monday just to for a heads up. We usually talk right after the Bears game, but Black
Right.
Panther happened, so I don't
No,
know which
for
way.
me
I
it was a
don't.
couple
It's two
things.
lanes. Which way you want to go?
We can knock out the small stuff. Justin Fields looked good. Bears lost.
Yeah,
Um,
another 30-point game.
Another third. I think I heard somebody say that the Bears is the lead was is leading the league in points scored in the past month or something like that.
Yeah,
But they also, I mean, to me, I don't know what the stats say, but obviously they ain't stopping nobody else from scoring.
but which is crazy because outside of adding Claypool, which hasn't even produced for us, they ain't changed the offense. They just got rid of the defense. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part about it. It's like,
Yep.
yeah, we made a lot of trades, but we traded players for draft picks. We didn't
Right.
trade players for players. So
No.
this team is improving with the talent that's already on the team. That's wild.
They just changed the game plan with Justin Fields, and I mean, it made you. He's giving, or I was finna say he's making players better, but it ain't that. It freeing up Justin Fields frees up the other players, and now they're getting that shine or getting the opportunity to shine. And I'm saying that because Cole Kmet is like emerging. He's just not a
Yes.
pass blocker anymore. He's able to be a tight end now that I pretty much just let Justin Fields like do what Justin Fields do best, and
Yeah.
it looked good. He probably saved Komet's career right. He's probably saving his career right now.
Yeah, it's to the point where it's like, man, now we at the point where we got all this money. Who are we re-signing on this offense? Like, you gotta
Right.
believe that they gonna give Claypool some
They're
money.
gonna get Claypool something because
So
they ain't paying.
now it's like, are we gonna pay Komet? Are we gonna pay like who else are we?
How much does he want?
That's another thing too, because
Because
he hasn't.
you ain't looking for no. I
Yeah,
know he ain't looking for no
yeah, he ain't
top
looking for no
top
Travis
tight
Kelce
end.
money. I can tell
No,
you
no, boy, you ain't Travis.
that. He better not, because if he
Yeah,
do,
you tripping.
I don't know if he you never know with athletes nowadays.
Right, but then again, if you do, as crazy as it sounds, half of your check belongs to Justin then.
It pretty much do. Yeah.
Cause like you wasn't this with well he wasn't here. Was
No, he
he?
was here with Trubisky. Yeah.
Okay, so like nah, boy, you cut it out, cut it out. But yeah, so it's still he's Justin is emerging. He is out. To me, he was already when I saw that he can run in. When I saw enough to say, nah, this dude is our quarterback. But
Yeah.
now that the media is coming around to it now, so it's like he's improving, he's maturing, he's developing, and this year is just if they get a win, it's surprising. Um, and to me, it's just this year right now. It's just like seeing who else is sticking with
Yeah.
Justin next year.
Like I said, like I was mad for like 5 seconds after the game ended, and then it was like, well, they gonna get a better draft pick now. So,
Yep.
hey, I was like,
I think we picked
man.
up. I think we grabbed the wrong St. Brown. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
We got the wrong St. Brown because his brother over there is like
Over there was balling.
we probably would be better off with the other guy. But I don't know, man. Maybe he just need another year to get comfortable, get the nerves out. I don't know. I know it's I know that with this type of pressure, because you don't know where you're gonna be next year, it's like it can take a toll on you mentally because they just sent Robert Quinn packing, they sent Roquan Smith packing. So it's like I know that stuff be on their minds. It'd be like not
And
sometimes
the Roquan thing is anybody can go.
right.
Pretty much anybody except for Justin. I mean, in some respects, including Justin.
Especially from the receiving core, knowing that they haven't really showed anything. So it's like I know that's on weighing on their head, and I don't know how that affects them when it's game time. And I'm pretty sure it does some have effect, but I don't know, man. I haven't seen any receipt from anybody from the receiving core except Claypool to give them like another shot in it. Well, obviously Claypool is gonna be here, but not really enough from anybody else. Maybe Pettis, maybe, but that was like early in the season.
Yeah,
really
I forgot was it Pettis or was it some? Because didn't they get somebody from Kansas City too?
Pringle,
and I was looking. I don't see him.
I think he was in. I think he was like.
I know he got hurt, but
this game he played this game. I think he suited up this game.
Yeah, he did, but I didn't hear from him. So it was like, you
try to give these guys a second chance because like Tyreek and Travis really like carried that team, and there was the names, and everybody else was like, who? So it's like you probably you give them a chance to get away from that big shadow, so you can like show us something, but then you don't really show us nothing.
Exactly.
So it's like all we did was give you an opportunity to shine, and you didn't really show us nothing. So I can't really defend. I can defend Claypool because like the first game he played, he showed us something.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, all right, Claypool can stay, even though he didn't show us nothing this game. I mean, the defenses are different depending on the team. So it's like, and obviously he's not Justin. He's not Minnesota. What was that dude from Minnesota? Justin Jefferson or something like that?
Oh my god.
He's not Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Maybe he could be in the future, but right now he's not. So or he's not a Cooper Cup, even though Cooper Cup ain't nobody really talking about Cooper this year.
No.
I don't hear nothing about Cooper this year.
No.
It's interesting, but okay.
Yeah.
No, I definitely Claypool definitely is here to stay. Because
I'm of the mindset that if we could pull off getting your boy DK, if we can get DK Metcalf,
oh yeah, that's
and put him opposite of Claypool and then
Mooney?
have Mooney run that slot.
That's
I think that'll be a potent offense.
That's the campaign. That's the campaign for 2023.
That's potent. Like it did just go.
Wait. If you DK, why wouldn't you want to come?
I don't know why.
Why wouldn't you?
Justin Fields has proved to the league at this point.
He can throw.
He can throw. He just ain't got nobody to throw to.
Right. He'll give it to you.
Yep.
He will give it to you. He'll give it. And he's a quarterback.
And he's gonna do it with a bad line too. That's the crazy.
He's gonna give. So why wouldn't you? I mean, Russell's not there.
Yeah.
I don't think. Are you happy with Geno? I mean, Geno ain't a stud.
I mean, maybe they ain't there in the top of their division. They might be.
They lost yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did lose, but I still think because the Rams lost yesterday too, didn't they?
No. The
49ers probably at the top of the division. Not probably. I don't.
I
don't pay attention to the NFC West.
I mean, the lead to the boom era is over with. So
that's dead. That's definitely.
Why wouldn't you want to leave? Mm-hmm. Anyway, well, that's the campaign 2023. DK Metcalf 2023.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Bulls. Nothing really surprised me. It's gonna be a fight. It's going to be a fight all year because the East is better.
The East is
probably better than we thought because that boy Spider Mitchell, he has something to prove.
Yeah,
he's proving it with Cleveland.
Yeah,
I'm not even finna say Cleveland. I ain't even gonna say Cleveland like they suckers because they not.
They not. They wasn't last year.
Right, exactly.
And that's the I was like, boy, you pretty much just putting Mitchell on the team that
just put Mitchell that probably needed a guard because who they had Sexton and they picked up Garland, so it's like I guess that didn't work. But
that boy over there is Cleveland. I want to say this right now. I'm rooting for my Bulls, but it would not shock me if the Cavaliers come out there.
Exactly.
It will not shock me at all.
You're gonna have to earn it in the East this year. You have to earn it. If you make it out, you earn it. It don't even. And then at the same time, if you make it out, you might see Utah.
You might see Utah, or you might see Denver. Because Denver is a problem.
Utah is too. I think Utah's at the top over there.
Utah is. I think they are too. But my thing is this: that I think that Denver is gonna. Because see, the thing with Denver is they haven't been.
Somebody's emerging, and somebody's emerging. But wait, Trailblazers are 9-4. Wait, what Jazz at? Oh, I'm tweaking. So it's the Nuggets and the Trailblazers that's top. That's 1 and 2, but they really tied for 1 because they both got the same record.
Right. Well, I put it to you like this.
Looks like Jazz has more wins than everybody, but they got more losses as well.
So I put it to you like this: I think the Jazz is going to even out, but I believe that Denver, the Clippers, the Trailblazers, those are, and of course Golden State, they're going to be the teams that you're going to have to deal with in the West.
Yeah.
After that, it's wide open.
Hey, bro, ain't nobody scared of Nobody is as scared as they used to be, but Steph
they never was scared.
Of no, they are people was
Of
scared
Golden
of
State?
Yeah. No,
No,
you said nobody was scared to go to state. Oh,
nah.
you tweaking?
I don't believe so.
A
Believe
fully,
so.
100%.
You have to remember. You have to remember. Yeah, look, you have to remember, and I hate to say it like this because I'm going down that LeBron James fan territory when I say this. But listen to me.
They
Golden
13.
State ain't have to deal with Kawhi Leonard, a healthy Kawhi Leonard. Since he been in, now, obviously that's on him. He got that same Anthony Davis problem where he just can't stay healthy. But
That Anthony Davis problem is looking worse.
But my point is that Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs has proven when he's healthy, he's a problem. And Golden State ain't have to beat him yet. So I always felt like Golden State kind of escaped the real challenge in the West and dealt with the pretenders in the West, like Phoenix and the Lakers, and like they dealt with them. They obviously beat Denver last year and beat Utah and stuff, so they dealt with them. But I never like Memphis. Memphis ain't scared of Golden State. Like Memphis, like
Memphis is young and dumb.
But I think that's the league in general. The only old team is the Lakers. Everybody else in the league young. Like, think about it.
They ain't young as dumb as Memphis. Memphis is young and dumb.
Yeah, they young and dumb, but they got to go get it on Memphis. Like, the Memphis Grizzlies is a spitting image of the Derrick Rose Bulls. Like, from him being the spitting image of Derrick to, like, they young, dumb, and just ready to fight. Like, they out there like hooping. Like, they not playing basketball, they hooping. You want to see if that's probably the closest to a street hooping team in the league is the Memphis Grizzlies. They be out there hooping. Like, so I just all I know is that I personally don't think that nobody feared the Warriors. Like, and it's just based off the way they play them. They let them shoot them shots. It's just that they make them, and then when they miss them, they lose. That's how I felt about the Golden State Warriors. It's just like, man,
it was different when there was a different. It was a different. It was, I guess, to me it was different when KD was there because.
Oh yeah. When KD was there, that was it. It was about who from the East was gonna challenge them. But once KD left, I don't think nobody feared him. And then, like before KD got there, they was calling his win over LeBron then a fluke. Like, oh, they only won because Kyrie was hurt and Kevin Love was hurt. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Y'all can say that, but they won.
Yeah, I'm looking at the standings. Yeah, it's gonna be a fight on the East too.
But the East, oh man.
I mean, it's gonna be a fight on
Milwaukee, Philadelphia. I mean, Boston, like the Bulls, the Cavs, like
Bulls ain't even in the top 10.
Bulls, they not. And it's like, but it wouldn't shock me if like all of them is worthy of the conference title. So it's like and can win, but I can tell you this: the Bulls got to get way better. Like, they got that bear. They got to play defense. If you ain't playing defense, you're not gonna come out the East.
Yeah.
So they need to figure that out.
And they don't have any like, and that I think that might expose Levine and DeMars because they're not known to be defenders. Drummond and maybe Javon Green. No. Caruso can be physical on the defensive end. Javon can give his body. Drummond is at the down low. Vooch ain't really trying to. He might be a little bit more aggressive this year, but I don't know how much that's going to affect anything. But yeah, they ain't really until maybe when Lonzo comes back. If he comes back this season, that's going to help a lot.
That's going to help tremendous.
And Ayo is starting to lock down some point guards.
But yeah, he can't handle the elites yet, but
some guys he can lock down. But like when we don't know if Kyrie ain't gonna, we don't know about that. But who we looking at? Maybe when he gonna not well, that's gonna even itself out with the Celtics because their defensive guy
Yeah.
that's gonna even itself out. But ain't nobody else.
I think if the Bulls' best play to make it out the first round is to draw the Celtics. That's their best matchup right now. Like I'm worried about them matching up, especially I don't even think they could beat Philadelphia.
Nah,
Like,
it's proven, bro. It's been proven. That one game was enough. Like, nah, if Embiid is in the lineup,
yeah, they ain't got nothing for that, man.
nah,
They ain't got nothing for them.
nah.
And which is crazy to think about because they do fairly well against Giannis, but they ain't got no answer for me.
And I don't know. I'm starting to get on the campaign on how they snub the MVP. I think Embiid should have been the MVP last year.
Yeah, they gave it to Jokic for the second
Yeah,
time in a row.
and but he just dropped. Did he just drop 60?
Yeah, he just
Some
dropped
point?
60, and I wanted it was
Almost
some
like
crazy
almost
number.
a triple
It was
double.
yeah, triple 60 point
So
triple. Yeah,
and that's scary. And if he's healthy all season, bro,
yeah.
82 games. If Embiid,
And see, what's wild is it's so crazy to think about, but out of all the teams, I think that they the ones that's gonna make a move by the deadline and get somebody. Who that somebody is, I don't know. But they the ones that will
do
make
they
that.
need because they got Harden and
I
Embiid.
know they don't need it,
That
but they'll be the team to do it.
because they picked up Tucker. That's a physical dude. Harden may not be, but he can. You get Tucker there and Embiid. Them dudes. Tobias Harris is still over there.
Mm-hmm.
What more do they need?
They don't, but I'm telling you, out of all the teams in the East, they'll be the ones to do it. I think Milwaukee gonna stay where they. I think every team is like Cleveland can't. They don't even have a roster spot for nobody. They so deep. Like Brooklyn, they ain't nobody trying to go to Brooklyn.
Ain't nobody trying to go to Brooklyn yet.
And Boston ain't gonna. They trying to stay out the news, so they ain't gonna do nothing. That's why I say the only team in the East that's willing to make a move is gonna be the 76ers. And if who they get, how they get them, I don't know, but because they got a solid team already, but I could see them picking up somebody that we don't expect and be like, oh yeah, that's gonna put them over the top. That's gonna because to me, they already over the top, but you know, you just got too many playoff unproven players on their team. And that's the only thing that you can't go out and outright say they the favorites in the East because it's like Embiid ain't proved nothing. Harden definitely ain't proved nothing. And Doc Rivers only proved something one time.
But they proved something though. You saying they proved something. They ain't getting out the first round.
Oh well, yeah.
Hold on. Pee break.
Yes, sir. Pause for the call. All right.
That's the only thing. Yeah, that's the only thing they proved so far. They ain't really like. They ain't built for the long run. But that's Embiid is. James Harden been in the league longer, and Embiid is just getting started.
Yeah.
60-something points. Sheesh, for a big man and not down low.
Man, he is. Look, like
It's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter. I was trying to when all that stuff was with Ben Simmons before they hired Doc Rivers as the coach, and that team was like in somewhat turmoil. I was like, oh my God, if we could just get Embiid to the Bulls.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, if we could just get him to the Bulls, that's all we need. That's it. But like, I don't know, but that's it for that, man. I feel like we should save because I know that the Black Panthers is gonna be the topic of the show and the longest topic. So and then because you ain't played God of War, like I'll just say this is God of War. So I played about an hour or two of it. It's more God of War. I'm looking for. I ain't no spoilers or nothing. It's just I had a couple boss fights though, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's more God of War. It looks like all I can say is that I think that so far they made the item system and stuff a little easier to understand. But like fighting wise and stuff is like if you played it recently, it wouldn't be. I had to relearn the game because it's been a minute since I played, but it was like, oh yeah, once you get it, it's like riding a bike. It's like so more God. I hope that which is crazy to even fathom, but when they do the next Ghost, I'm like, I want the sequel to Ghost to feel like this, like more of the same. Don't change nothing.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Give me more of it. So I'll leave. That's the quick review on that, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I mean the big thing is Black Panther, man. Wakanda forever. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
What was that, Jubo?
It was the popcorn thing from the show.
The box?
Yeah, popcorn box.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I didn't want to. I saw it and I just immediately was like, yeah, that's gonna be a waste of money, but I'm gonna waste my money on it. All right. I had 3 questions going into this movie. Question number 1. How would they deal with Chadwick Boseman? And that's a multitude of questions in itself. Will they miss him? Would the movie lack without him? Like, et cetera, et cetera. That was my first question. I just labeled it Chadwick Boseman. My second question was how was it going to move the MCU as a whole forward? Which spoilers, it didn't do it at all. I was shocked by that. I was very shocked by that. But knowing after watching it, I understand why. But as a MCU fan, which you watch, this movie, it was basically like Iron Man 1 or when before they was even knew that they were doing this MCU thing, like because it basically was like outside of Ironheart, they really didn't set up no few, and I guess you could say the Thunderbolts they set up too, but
right, yeah.
outside of that, they really didn't set none of the stuff we was hyped about seeing came to fruition. Like, you know, like none of that stuff was true. I thought that, and then the third question, just to go with, is this sequel, because you know usually the sequels suck compared to the first one. Is the sequel better than the first one?
Right.
Standalone. So those are my 3 questions. But going into it, like as soon as it started, and I was like, yeah, I see where this is going. I see where this is going. They trying to hurt our feelings with this movie. And I immediately thought like, cause what? I want to say the first 15 to 30 minutes of that movie, Angela Bassett, Oscar winning performance, like I was like, they finna do it. I was like, they finna do it. And I'm like, and if they do it, I want to know how they did it. And when they did it, she won. To me, if she don't win an Oscar for this performance, that would be one of the greatest travesties. Like, she was brilliant in this movie. Brilliant. And I mean, like every line she delivered, I felt that. Like
not even every line, every facial expression,
everything, every time she was on screen, I felt it. Like it was powerful. I was like, it's a power to her that I don't even know if it was amazing. I just put it like that. I've seen those reviews, the mixed reviews, the ones that said that the movie wasn't better than the first one. I'm gonna sit here and say I was totally surprised. It's kind of funny because we just came off of what's his face, The Rock, and his and we were surprised by his that movie too, because he basically was like, I ain't gonna act, I'm just gonna do action scenes. But I was so shocked that they did a solo film based on these two characters. By the way, Namor is like fire, bro. Like the way they interpretation of the character is just wow. Anyway, but it's like the way they did it, it was like, man, and what they had to overcome to do it, I'm sorry. I think it's better than the first one.
Yeah.
I think it's leaps and bounds better than the first because of, and maybe it's a biased opinion, but I went in there was like, oh man, I don't know if this gonna work because they meal ticket, which was Chadwick Boseman, he passed away. And it's like that was something that wasn't under, and I wasn't sure if this girl was gonna be able to do it. But the way they did, the way, and the reason why I say the way is because her character development from the start of that movie to the end, I was mind blown. I wasn't ready for it. It was like they hit it. They hit every single cue with her. Like everything that they did it. I'm still speaking non-spoilery because I want to hear your take before we just go all out. But it's like the way they did it is just, go ahead. The floor is yours because I can't talk no more without spoiling.
All right, I can't talk without spoiling it either. And at this point you probably either watch.
Yeah, but I need to hear what
you at this point you either saw it or you don't plan on seeing it.
Yeah.
So the opening, how do I want to? So let me do this. I agree with Angela Bassett. She was amazing.
Powerful.
She commanded her every scene she was in. It was especially when she took away Okoye's command, and they had the little dialect, and she was like, permission to speak, and she said speak, and like, oh, that acting duel, that acting
felt that
duet that they did, or
I'm talking about straight.
That was
feels.
That was money. That was the money shot.
That was
to me. That scene was.
That was an expression of like, I felt that. Like when she told her, like, you stood by his side while I hid in the mountains.
Yeah.
What? I thought she was gonna slap her. I thought she was gonna slap.
Okoye asked for it though, because she was like, I gave you everything, but like, you gave me everything, but like, let's measure our everythings, because I gave you my husband, I gave you my son, and I just handed you my daughter, even though I told you not to. I'm like, I was against it, but you was like, maybe she need anyway. So, Angela Bassett, amazing. Namor was This is what I'm talking about. As like when you give a villain the screen time that they need to establish themselves as anti-hero, or just give them time to just let them cook.
Yeah.
Because his screen time is what Christian Bale needed in the Thor movie.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that
That
one.
amount of time that it gave him to explain, give you some past, give you some history, and let me just show out me and my crew. Uh, that boy, that boy right there,
Yeah, like, and you know what? I was gonna say something, and I'm glad you said that because now I don't even want to say it. But I was finna say, like, man, it's crazy that both of these Black Panther films probably had the two best villains of all the MCU in it, with Killmonger
especially
and now
this phase, especially this phase, yeah.
and it's like, putting Thanos to the side because he was great in his
It
own
should have
right.
been. It should have been Killmonger, Gore the God Butcher, and Namor, but they missed the ball on Gore the God Butcher. But we passed that now. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I agree. But I was gonna say, like, man, like, but you're right. They did, because when Christian Bell, because yeah, we passed anyway. Because man,
If we like, we got to listen, dude. The Thor movie was a joke.
it was.
It was
It
a
was.
joke. The fourth movie, we're gonna keep with this. So they didn't give Thor no type of development. Like he's the same goofball from what, the second movie?
No, the third movie. He
The third
wasn't.
movie?
The second movie, he was still serious, but the third
Okay.
movie when he
The
went
third
goofy.
movie and forward is like, Jesus Christ, and talking about finding himself is like that. You trying to find yourself in the third
Which
movie, right?
which is crazy, is because the third and fourth movies, he dealt with death.
Right.
So he was dealing with death the same way that these both Black Panther films dealt with death.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
dealt with it more serious than Thor did.
Yeah.
Where they was joking the whole movie. They dealt with this serious.
Yeah.
And man, yeah, you're right.
So now, so I was in a mix of emotions because I saw some reviews, people wasn't feeling the movie. Saw some reviews, people saying it was amazing. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me go and let me see. And then as I'm watching the movie, I'm trying to figure, like, okay, so what part of this movie do people hate? Because this
They
movie, this is amazing.
based on what I've read, and I don't know if we read the same thing, but based on what I read, it was because they basically was giving Chadwick his flowers. They was
Yeah.
like, man, this movie, they saying the movie suffered because he wasn't in it, not because of the movie being bad. It was just like
Now,
it didn't have that impact because he wasn't in it. That's
so
basically what they were saying,
and
which
so
is true.
right, yes,
Which is true.
yes.
But at the same time, they use, and I hate to say it like that, but they used his passing to celebrate him in such a way that I'm like, they couldn't have done it any better.
They
They
couldn't have
couldn't
done it any other way.
or any other way. They couldn't have
How
done it better or any other way.
And I was thinking for the people that I'm like, what else did they want them Ryan Coogler and his writers, his team, the directing team, what else did they want him to do when this man died unexpectedly and the script was already written?
Exactly.
Like this was the only way, I guess, in the time that they had, this was it. But now, so let me say this. So there was a point in while I was watching, I was waiting to find a flaw, and there was no flaw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
I'm gonna tell you where I thought the flaw was finna come.
okay.
I thought the flaw was finna come when Shuri took the herb. Cause I was hoping that they didn't do it, but I thought they was gonna try to pull some symbolism, whether it was him in Panther form, or I thought they was gonna try to do it with that.
Yeah.
The fact that they gave you Killmonger in that scene, and he basically was like, "Yeah, you gonna handle business like I handle business," or that like you want to talk about the scene with Okoye and Queen. That scene had me like, yo, they set the ending up perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
They set that up so perfectly.
I like the.
That's in other words, that's
I like the end of the fight.
Character development there.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
she was conflicted.
Shuri
was conflicted, bro.
Yeah. So I still wasn't convinced. The teacher didn't convince me enough to say like, yeah, she's a Black Panther.
And that's why I said, that's the reason why
she didn't convince me. I don't know what else could she have done. I just think she's better as. I don't know. I'm just not convinced yet as her being. Now I respect that she put down the throne and she just focused on being Black Panther. That's dope. I love to see who's gonna challenge M'Baku for that.
That's it. M'Baku is the king of Wakanda now. I'm letting y'all know that right now.
Sure. Like,
there ain't nobody challenging him.
Who's going to challenge him?
Ain't nobody challenging him.
Shuri show ain't finna do it.
And the Dora Milaje don't even get involved in that as far as I'm concerned. Oh, no.
Yeah, so there was a point where I thought this movie was excellent. Then I think I got too much. Letitia Wright took too much screen time. It felt like, but I don't think there was nothing else. I don't know, man. I think it did suffer for, because I would have loved to have seen T'Challa versus Namor. I think that ending fight was for T'Challa.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they rewrote the movie that much. I think every scene that you've seen of Queen, that was supposed to be him. Every scene you've seen of the sister in Black Panther was supposed to be him. I think that he was gonna have that same issue with Okoye. Like, I think
what would be the thing? Losing the sister?
Exactly. That it would have been.
What would have been his other strike? Because we already.
The queen. I think they would have still killed the queen too. I don't know how that. I don't know if it had happened at that same point in time in the movie, but I believe that the queen would have still died, and it would have been Dora Milaje's fault, which would have made him mad as king.
But that remains to be seen, because I don't. But I still think the movie was that movie. There was really no flaws given the circumstances that they had to endure. Because dude, the what was it called? The tokens?
Yeah, Talcons, the Talcons or something. Yeah,
them niggas was. I could have had a little bit more of them.
Oh yeah.
I could have.
And I mean,
Namor and Namora, that little speech that they had, because she like, bro, I was ready to ride to the wheels fall off. Like, what happened? He said what he said or whatever. I'm like, that's it.
It made sense. It made sense. That's what was so wild about it. Because I'm like, I know that I knew how it was gonna end. Because if I have anything negative to say, that I knew after that Killmonger scene, I knew how the movie was gonna end. Her redeeming herself.
Yeah, because she ain't a killer. No.
She ain't a killer. And of course,
And she loved.
they wasn't gonna kill him. They
No,
wasn't
they
gonna make the same mistakes.
They went for the kill Namor now.
Yeah. So
she loved the city. She was down there, so
yeah,
she don't want war with them. And so that truce made sense.
It made absolute
perfect sense.
Yep.
It would have been, dude, that fight would have probably lasted longer with Bozeman in it.
Oh yeah.
It would have, because I think that's the part that it wasn't really convincing, because Shuri ain't laying a scratch on Namor, even with the power of the Black Panther. No, I'm not. I'm just not convinced. I'm like, there's what else? I mean, are they gonna recast?
You ain't see the post credit scene?
What, his son?
That's the recasting. They literally gave him the same exact name, and it ain't like he a junior.
So like so how long we gonna speed this up?
What you mean? They had her pregnant during the snap. She gave birth during the snap. So that's the reason why he was like 6-7 years old already. Then on top of that, the movie went ahead a year in time. So that's another time skip. This and the Ant-Man and Wasp movie, we don't know what's gonna happen in that. But I can guarantee you a time skip is gonna happen in that.
Well, it's gonna have to, because I saw the anchor. I'm like, so is this supposed to be Chadwick's real son, or is this T'Challa's son? Okay, so what does that mean? But you explain it, it's like, oh, okay, so they do plan on recasting. Okay.
Oh yeah, they plan on recasting them because they just did it. They did it in front of our face. Like they pretty much. I
mean, they recasted them, but obviously they're gonna recast an adult.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be an adult more so than Peter Parker. Like I think, yeah, a young adult. Like, because the key word that she said was he wasn't ready for it. Yeah. And so, of course, all that means is he ain't old enough.
Yeah.
But the mother knew. And see, that's what was the whole key to that. The mother knew. The mother was finna tell her that. Because I always was like, what was she finna say before Namor popped up on that beach? And she was finna tell her about
the son. Yeah. That was fire. That was the scene. I'm like, oh yeah, this movie gonna be fire, because this is a disclosed location, and this nigga just pops up out of nowhere, tells them niggas, hey, bring me the scientist, and when you get him or her, put this conch in the water and I'll come get it. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's how you establish a villain.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Especially if you want to, I think Christian Bale could have been calm, but I guess depending on what his circumstances were.
But you have to remember this too. There's the big thing, and it's so crazy because, and I guess it's gonna sound like I'm giving Thor credit, but I'm not. The one I'm giving it is that it didn't have as much time. This movie was almost 3 hours. That Thor movie,
we'll give it time then.
That's what I'm saying. Like that Thor movie was what, 1 hour and 30 minutes? Like, it wasn't long at all.
Or take away some garbage that don't matter.
But no, if that's what you do. All these movies could be 3 hours long.
What they going to Omnipotent City for if he ain't finna invade that joint? Man, I mean, that would have been money. That would have been the money shot.
Because that's where all the gods at.
Right. So why wouldn't he go and just pop up
and just start murking them?
And just murking gods. Like that might be the director. But that's anyway. So
and that is because how you do that and then set up Hercules in the post-credit scene.
Right, like
He ain't did nothing to even come
exactly.
out.
What he mad for?
So you're right, but that was the issue. That this movie was longer, and therefore the character had more time to develop, whereas it didn't have that time in that movie because it was a shorter movie. So
they could have cut out. Obviously, they could have cut out him with the Guardians of the Galaxy because that didn't really
definitely should have did that because
that didn't pay off nothing.
That didn't even make sense.
No, with the time that they gave it, no, it didn't.
The only reason why they was in the movie is because when he left at Endgame, he left with them. Right. That's the only reason why they was in the movie because it wouldn't have made sense otherwise.
Because they rushed it. Because they rushed all of his everything that he did with him. They rushed it.
That was a cameo at best.
What? At best.
At best was a cameo. So it's like, man, an extended cameo, if you will. Like they weren't even, like they didn't even have. I don't even think all the actors even said anything. Like they said anything, it was like one line.
They probably weren't the real actors. They probably was some stunt doubles.
Probably
because they weren't saying nothing.
They wasn't
at all. Like,
I don't even think Groot said "I am Groot." That's,
man, I ain't hear nothing.
I don't remember.
The only person I know that was there clearly was Star-Lord.
Yep.
But Riri Williams for the introduction, she was cool. But the what is that suit? Is that the Ironheart suit? Mark one?
The one I told you it was two suits.
The garage suit was whatever. Well, I'm talking about the official suit.
The first one was that was, think of Iron Man 1 when he got out the cave. When he got out the cave though. Right. That was her version of that suit.
Yeah, for sure. And then the second one during the big fight, I'm like, it's a little cartoonish, but I guess
that's because that was a Wakanda suit. So she didn't even get to take that one with her because it had vibranium in it.
Yeah. Riri, because she wasn't really a scientist, and that could have been they could have used that fact as an argument when they were like, dude, she's not even a scientist, she's a student. She's 19 years old. You want to kill? But they didn't even address that. I'm like, okay, they could have.
They mentioned it, but they didn't have.
They didn't use that with Namor. No, they didn't use that with Namor because Namor still wanted to kill her. Right. I was like, dude, she's 19. Like, she didn't even make that machine for that. She made that machine for something else.
Yep.
She made it for something else, and they used it for that. It's like, that's not even like. That ain't even her fault, to be honest with you. But they didn't even divulge in that. It was like Shorty came to get Shuri. She killed some people, and so all hell broke loose. And I'm like, so I'm looking at the queen that went over to Haiti to grab Shorty to get back on her spy stuff. I'm like, okay, so this how the war started. This is all the queen's fault.
Yeah.
This is all the queen's fault because Shuri got down there and she kind of reasoned with him for a little bit.
Yeah. And then she called him. And when she called him, that's when she sent Nikita down to rescue Shuri.
Right.
And so when I saw that, I was like, ooh, Queen. Like I say, she was on it. Like she was running that kingdom. Yes. Like it was to the point where I was like, I'm happy because I hate saying it like that, but I'm happy that what happened. No, I don't want to say that, but I just know that her role wouldn't have been this big if Chadwick didn't pass.
No, for sure. Because she could have easily been the one behind the scenes that's like low key, like the true villain. But they didn't spin it that way. No. But
she was just trying to get her daughter.
And Wakanda too.
Yeah, but she kind of was like F Wakanda once they took Shuri. She was all on.
Yeah, because it was all about Wakanda. Yeah.
She was like, "Give my baby back."
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
y'all like I'm finna raise hell if I don't get my child back.
No, you
Like
finna start a war and
exactly. She was ready to go on the beach with like
yep, that's what y'all
she was
was.
ready to go on the beach with
That's
that
what it
nigga.
was. Yeah. All of them was that was a good man, that was a good movie. I think it would have been to me it would have been
It
Shuri
wouldn't have been as
no
thrilling with
no right.
Chadwick because
We don't know.
he
We
would
don't
it
know.
would have been more political.
What's wrong with that?
It ain't nothing wrong with it.
What's wrong
But
with that? Especially if they like
not saying it anything
if
wrong.
France
I'm
and
just saying
USA.
like how the Queen stakes was so high. That's what I'm saying. Like where he was okay, for example, let's just say if the movie played out the same way. He met Chadwick on that beach instead of the Queen. I
Right.
think that Chadwick wouldn't have been so I'm getting ready to murk, like we getting ready to fight versus
He definitely he wouldn't have sent Nicole down. Where is it? What is
yeah.
that? Is it Nakia?
No, it's
I'm gonna
Nakia.
call her who?
Nakia.
Nakia. He wouldn't have sent Nakia. He would have went down there. He would have found a way to get down there himself. So there's that, or they would have went together.
Right.
So there's that. But I don't know how the story is gonna be written like that. Shoot, it was it was it was it was something. It was
Like I
definitely
said, I think that that movie, man, like for it to be the second movie, and have all the baggage of what happened in real life, like that brings me to my second question. Well, first, I don't even remember what number it was, but the question of moving the MC, it didn't even
it
that
had nothing
didn't
to
affect
do.
me at all.
It had
Like
nothing to
when the
do with it.
movie ended and the post credit scene was his son, I was like, wow, this because this technically was the end of what phase 4, whatever number it is. I was like, they literally closed. This was the end of the book. like this closed the book on phase 4, and so now we didn't get any hints at Kang. It wasn't no hints at Doctor Doom. Like all that stuff is we ready to tackle it come phase 5 once
They closed the they what Iron Man's gone, Captain America's gone, Wanda's gone, Hulk is somewhere doing something else.
retired. He's
Retired.
retired.
Doctor Strange is still out there,
He
but
he handling some dark dimension stuff.
right, yeah, and also when Charlize Theron showed up, so he didn't mess with something with the timelines or something like that. Is that what she said?
Yeah, some basically I think it was something with like
Him tampering with stuff like he had to come with her to because he messed up some stuff playing around with the multiverse. So he's handling that business. So I'm saying like that first Avengers team, what's the name? Hawkeye retired.
yep.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. I guess Winter Soldier is now the new Captain America.
No,
Falcon we
Falcon
know.
is the new Captain America.
Yeah, Falcon is the new Captain America.
When the Soldier is
Soldiers,
the new
Winter
Falcon, I guess
Soldier.
you want.
I guess
Like
he's just gonna be
he's
Winter Soldier.
basically his sidekick, I guess.
I guess. So it's like they kind of the old regime is gone. They building up. I guess they trying to build up the new regime.
Yeah,
Man, I mean, I guess you still got some. You still got some. What I want to say. Experience. You got some. You got some veterans still there because Doctor Strange still there. Hulk is still there. Captain America Winter Soldier still there. So you got some veteran leadership that you can go to help this new regime because you got what the new Hawkeye, the girl of Hawkeye. I guess Shuri is unless they recast them.
Shuri is the protector now, but
Yeah.
I don't think by the time Black Panther 3 come around, she's gonna be the Black Panther anymore.
Okay. And
That's the best way I could put that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
It looks
she
like
might be the Black Panther in the Avengers movie, But when it comes to the next,
in the Ironheart series, she might be the Black Panther.
She might be the Black Panther there.
Yeah.
Also, thanks to new rock stars, because I definitely was listening to all their content after I watched this movie. They basically was like, Riri, her origin or the TV series is gonna, obviously she's gonna make her new suit in that series, but she got involved in all of it. Like her link with Tony Stark is through, I want to say it was Iron Man 2. It could have been whatever he gave them MIT students that grant. She
benefited from it.
She benefited from that.
Yeah.
So, and which is kind of hype because I didn't know she was from Chicago. That one thing kind of went. So this new series is finna be shot in the if it ain't been shot already.
Right.
It's a Chicago series, so that's kind of dope.
What else? Dang it.
Thor is obviously still out there.
Unless you want to mention, the girl from the end of the movie,
because that's the daughter.
I mean, that's Gore's daughter, but she's not really significant, is she?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, so no. But I was trying to say because the trailer.
But I know Incredible Hulk son is very significant.
Yeah, but we talked about that.
Yeah,
because it don't make sense.
It don't make sense, but he's very significant. But it definitely don't make sense.
We don't see how
in a way it could make sense.
Did they make it make sense?
Because of if you look at because all these dang on time skips, like
right. Time in different multiverses, so he could be he ain't from that multiverse where his planet is destroyed. So they just co-parenting.
I don't know.
Planet to planet co-parenting.
Basically, like that's something that they definitely like just need. They gonna need to
explain that.
But
in the Ant-Man trailer, I noticed that Ant-Man, the Wasp, and his daughter got a suit on.
Yeah, the daughter is a young Avenger, but I forgot her like hero name or whatever.
Yeah, but I just noticed in the trailer. Oh, so all three.
That made me think that they gonna kill him even more.
Who gonna die?
Because somebody got to die.
Somebody got to die. That's too many bodies up in there. Too many bodies. Somebody got to go.
Man, it's like literally like a couple months away.
2 months away, bro. 3 months away.
2 months. Like
it's already middle of November.
That's what I say, man. These holiday season months go quick.
I don't care about holiday season. It's Marvel season, man.
Man, bro. Like, oh man.
Christmas.
Like I said, a part of me is disappointed that we didn't get teasers, but it's like the way that movie went and ended. I can't be mad. I'm just.
I would have loved to have seen some type of logo or symbol on those soldiers' uniforms or something like that, but they didn't.
They was the French. Right. Like, by the way, boss, when she gave.
Nah, I'm telling you, it ain't even what she said. It's just they talking.
This is an olive branch.
They talking and they like, all right, so Queen, it's your time to speak. And she just stares at these two niggas that had the nerve to run their mouth. Look at this nigga, and then she looked at her. I'm like, oh yeah, that's money. That's a money shot. So everything Angela Bassett gave us in this movie was money shots. She could have easily took this whole movie by herself.
She did. She practically did.
I'm talking about like somebody else died.
I mean, yeah.
Kia could have easily gone, but I didn't even know she had a son.
I mean, I think that's something they pulled out their ass because of what happened.
Kia could have easily went with her lover.
But it made so much sense because she did disappear, and we did not know what happened.
But she was like, she got either kicked out from the Dora Milaje or she left the Dora Milaje. in the first movie.
No, she wasn't ever part of the Dora. She was
Are
a
you
part of that
sure?
other
Are you
tribe.
sure? Are you
I'm
sure?
she dope, but she wasn't a Dora Milaje.
Are you sure?
I'm
You sure she's
positive.
not ex Dora Milaje?
I'm positive because Dora
I think
Milaje
she might have
is
been.
the king's guard.
I know all of that. I'm
She's a
pretty
spy.
sure
She always been a spy. Spy
okay.
ain't got nothing to do with that.
She might have been a Dora Milaje turned spy.
Nah, bro. I think she had a particular training. You
Okay.
gotta think how can I put it? She more the Dora Milaje is more so Secret Service, whereas
She is secret.
she huh?
The kid is secret.
That's what I'm saying. She on some James Bond type stuff. She know all the languages. She know she can infiltrate countries. That's the type of stuff Dora Milaje don't train like that. That's the reason why she had so much issue when she had the wig on in the first movie. They don't do that. They don't, when they come, they want you to know that they there.
Yeah.
Dora Milaje don't play. Whereas, and they don't care. Whereas what Nakia was doing was more no fingerprints be left behind type deal. So she from that other tribe too. So
Yeah.
the guy with the man with that, I think that's her father or something.
The queen definitely knew who to go to when she needed something.
Oh yeah, she knew exactly who to go to, and she went out the country to go get her.
Yeah, the queen was moving, was making moves, man. She
Man,
could have
Queen
easily
was boss, like which makes so much sense because if that's where they would have lost me if they would have tried to make Shuri the new queen or whatever. That's where they lost me, but they didn't do that. They was like she wasn't even interested in running Wakanda.
Yeah,
she like nah. That ain't even me. That ain't even me.
The Black Panther ain't even her either.
The Black Panther definitely ain't her.
She can't fight. She can't fight.
She can't. But what I'm telling you is that she holding it down until either, because I don't know if they're gonna use that same exact actor, because I don't know who, like a lot of these Marvel movies cast directors and cast members kids as the kids roles. So I don't know if this little boy is an actual actor or he just one of that, but you know, I can foresee them doing like I say, another time skip by the time the next Black Panther movie come out. And
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if they're gonna if that young man was an actual kid actor or he was just one of their kids, but I believe by because I think we're gonna get Kang Dynasty, and that's the next Avengers movie, and then after that is Secret Wars. If I were to give you my guess, Shuri is gonna be Black Panther and Kang Dynasty, but Secret Wars we might get an alternate T'Challa in that movie, which could be the next that kid grown up type T'Challa. Like, because obviously I believe Secret Wars is gonna be pulling people like Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, and like all these heroes that we got in the MCU now. All them Spider-Mans from the Spider-Man, like I think all of them they're gonna be in that Secret Wars movie. So I believe that's when we gonna get the new Black Panther, the new T'Challa rather. And they never said they wasn't gonna recast them. They said they wasn't gonna recast them for this movie. You got to listen to all their interviews. They was like, we're not gonna recast them for this movie. And I was like, yeah. And like I said, I don't think they could have done it in a more beautiful way than what they did.
No, man. No.
Like that was.
They definitely tried to pull on some heartstrings though, but
yeah, like see the thing was because what got Because what got Tasha was when the queen died.
Oh yeah.
And that, cause oh man, like she had the theater rolling. Like she's, yeah, you can't take Tasha nowhere. You can't take she one of them. But it was just the fact that he did what he said he was gonna do.
Yep.
Like he
Sure
evaded.
did.
And the fact that, when she saved her life or whatever, and she was just laying there, I was like, oh
Yep.
this is finna be her Uncle Ben moment. She finna
Yep.
get it. Because I'm like, she, as much as she was hurting from T'Challa passing at the beginning of the movie, everybody was hurting off of that. This one is gonna cut her deep because it is like, and she wore the same stuff that she refused to burn and that, like, woo, I was like, yo, they are really messing with Shuri. She's finna snap, and she snapped soon. She snapped right after that funeral. Like she went off, and I was like, and then they brought him. I was like, oh my God, y'all did not have to do this perfect. It was like, it was perfect. Like perfection. She snapped. They introduced her to Killmonger once she took that herb to let her know, because she didn't recognize she snapped, but that let her know she snapped. And she had a choice from that point on from the rest of the movie. And she was just, then that's when that end scene just, and then of course she actually got to see her mama. Like, the way they did it was just, it was predictable, but it was beautiful. I saw that. I didn't know how it was gonna play out, but I saw it playing out the exact same way. Like she gonna get to the end where she about to kill this dude, because they knew how to kill him. Like they figured it out. They was like, oh, we know how to kill y'all now. All right, so they gonna get to the point where she gonna have a choice. She gonna kill him or not, and then she gonna have a moment with her mama that's gonna turn her down the right path. Now, what they ended up doing that I didn't expect was she kind of made the decision before she saw her mama.
Yeah.
That's when they started reversing.
She struggled. She struggled with
it. There you go.
Yeah.
Because she's not a killer.
Right.
She's not a killer. And
not
so,
even though she was, she wanted the world burn because her brother died, and she's probably at her wit's end when her mom passed. It's like, yeah, she still ain't no killer, and Namor knew that.
Yeah.
They won't recognize that, like,
yeah.
She ain't no killer.
And see what's even crazy is he's diabolical.
He's a killer.
That man is I see why they call him the devil.
Hey, wait. The first part that got me was the sirens. I'm like, they got sirens. I'm like, wait, they got sirens. And it was, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's I like the use of the sirens. I'm like, oh no, that's detail. That's detail. That's detail.
I'm so happy for Ryan Coogler and his team. Like, they can direct every movie, as far as I'm concerned. Yep. Because what he did,
the writing, the screenwriting is yes.
What he did for both of these movies, and then the fact that he basically, like, Namor is the Hispanic Black Panther. Like, it's his purpose. Yeah. Like, man.
He's a king. He's king, and he has the power of whatever their herb was given to him at birth. And he mentioned he's a mutant.
And he a mutant. Because he was born.
He was born like that.
He didn't ingest the herb. His mother did.
His mama did, and that mutated what we made him a mutant. There you go for the mutant. The nerds that was waiting for the word mutant. There we got it now. They own it now. They purchased it.
Yep.
They have the right to use it now.
Man, look.
I ain't really got much. My only thing is I don't believe Shuri is I don't believe her,
And
and
you
that's fine.
absolutely right, but that
It's
movie
fine.
did not portray her that way either.
No,
And
it did not.
that's the beauty of it. The beauty of that movie is they did not try to replace him with her. They just used her as a stopgap because she's the only one that was available.
And again, what else were they supposed to do with this sudden real life change?
Yep.
And mourning, they knew this guy. They spent months and years with the first movie together.
I just think that it was like because when I think about everything that happened in this movie, all I go to is give Ryan Coogler his flowers. Yes. This man is a genius. The fact that they used the fact that they didn't have the herb to save Chadwick in the movie, like that was genius. Like it was like because you couldn't say that he died. That then of course they called it just a disease or something or
a disease. Yep, they didn't disclose.
They just labeled it something that they didn't understand because obviously in the first movie you killed the man. I mean, cured a man that had got shot in the spine like it wasn't nothing. So you made it kind of impossible for this character to die by any other circumstance than what you like. It was the way they did it was perfect. Like I really couldn't think of any other way they could have done it. Like matter of fact, if I didn't see it, I would have said that was the reason why that was my number one question. The whole thing with him is because I didn't see, I didn't even see, it didn't even fathom the fact that, they was going to use the fact that that Killmonger burnt all the herbs.
All the herbs, yep.
And that's basically the plot of this first movie. Like, we can't save the king because he needs this herb and he can't receive it.
Yeah.
Like, and then she used the bracelet, which was made from the herb in the water. It was just perfect. Like, I'm talking about every step of the way. It was like he was, what they call audio books, where you listening to that man was taking us through this story. Like, he was holding our hands. He was showing us every reason to why this is finna happen next. Like, it was, I ain't never seen a movie that good, like where it made sense from beginning to the end. Like, that was, oh man. I will be shocked if, like I say, and Angela Bassett deserves every award she can get for that performance. Because I don't think nothing could have been better, done better. Like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
And then Shuri made sense because of the internal struggle of losing her dad, her brother, and her mama.
And it's accurate in the comics because she became Black Panther at one point.
She definitely did. But I honestly don't think that wouldn't have happened if Chadwick was still alive. That wouldn't have happened that way.
I think it was still gonna be Namor. It was gonna be Namor for sure.
But, Namor definitely was gonna be the
everything else was nah.
Like, she was gonna always but that's who she was. She was always the what Ned say in the Spider-Man, the man behind the computer, whatever. Like, that's who she is. She's not a fighter. She's the intelligence. She creates stuff. She a tinkerer. She's not a fighter. So like I could see her. Like I say, I could see her being that in Ironheart and maybe in that first Avengers movie. But come Secret Wars, I believe she'll be back in the R&D department while her nephew is the new protector of Wakanda.
I just hope whoever they grab can pull it off.
Because it won't. I just really believe that although they're gonna recast them, the way they set it up gives them an alibi by saying, "Oh, we're not recasting T'Challa. He's gonna always be the Black Panther. This is T'Challa's son, whose name is just so happens to be T'Challa." And it's like it's gonna confuse a lot of people that ain't in the know, but it's like the people that watch that movie and it's like, yeah, I that's the best way you can recast them is basically giving him a son with the same name. That's the best way you could do it. You couldn't just recast the character and have him have them same storylines and no. But this is, oh my God, and this is what I almost forgot to mention it. But this is what made that even more genius. Because who else was T'Challa in love with? He was in love with Storm.
Yeah, that was
and that was going to be a problem with Chadwick once you introduce mutants. But now that's not an issue anymore because now you can have the son fall in love with whoever the eventual Storm is going to be. Especially if you go young with the mutant.
Right. Then the young T'Challa, young Storm.
That could be that there you go. Y'all can have that one for free, Marvel. Like, go ahead, because they did Storm Young in the last X-Men movie, so who's to say they don't go that route again?
They can try it again. They can definitely try it again. I hope they try it.
I hope they do. Like I say, I don't want Halle Berry back.
No, I don't. I don't want a light skinned biracial.
No.
I want a full bred African, dark skin. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. I know the new token black person is a biracial person, but Zendaya can't be Storm.
No.
Please no. Please no. She can't be Storm and Mary Jane. I let y'all get away with Mary Jane. I'll let y'all get away.
I mean,
because to be honest with you,
Mary Jane to me was a weak character anyway. I always like Gwen Stacy as far as Peter's lover, but you know they're
Gwen Stacy ain't finer than Mary Jane.
Mighty Whitey got something about Mary Jane that they gotta have Mary Jane. But I always thought Gwen Stacy was a better love interest, but you know, that's just, I guess that's all I know is that they just set it up so perfectly that we know that there's a such thing as mutants now, like, and you don't even have to go down the origins, man. Just introduce them, like let them be there, and because they were. I mean, Charles Xavier.
It's set up for him. The blip happened. The blip happened, and the effects that it had on the people that came back altered their genetic makeup, and now we have mutants. Yeah. It's there for you.
It's there.
For you. So it's just a matter of time when they're going to actually use it, because it's there for you. You got Namor. I don't think he was. He wasn't. I don't think he was blipped.
No, I don't think he was.
He was blipped, but Rambo was. Monica Rambo was. She came back and now she has altered genetically. I don't know if I didn't see the Marvel show, but obviously they mentioned mutants in there first.
Yeah, they mentioned mutants in not Captain Marvel.
Miss Marvel show.
Yeah. But I'm not sure. She wasn't blipped either.
No, I don't think she was blipped either. But you have people that was blipped. You got Monica Rambeau that was blipped. Namor, the first mutant, well, according to comic books, no, he wasn't blipped. He was born like that. So you got
No,
both. You
he
got
technically is the first mutant, though.
yes, he is technically the first one. Yeah, for
He
sure.
just
He's been
wasn't.
because he's been down in the water for like years,
Yeah,
centuries. Yeah,
centuries. Yeah,
he gave
he
that.
doesn't age.
He aged slow.
Well, yeah, he did say
He
he
gave
aged.
that nigga M'Baku one punch. He gave that nigga M'Baku.
And I mean,
This is not what you want.
this is not what you want.
This is
And
not
I
what you.
mean, no, that was, and that probably was the funniest part of the movie, because you would think that it was like, oh yeah, this shows his power, but then M'Baku, after that coughing, and
Yes.
he was
Yes.
affected by that.
Yes. Yes, he was.
I'm like, oh, and he didn't get
He
up.
wasn't caught up. He
He
wasn't caught off
stayed
guard.
right there until
Yes,
the
he
next
did.
scene. He stayed there until the next scene.
That's
Like,
funny.
yeah, I'll fight him, but we gonna need the Black Panther for him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can fight the other ones, but
That was it. That was it. That was the battle between M'Baku and Namor, and it started and it ended quick.
Yep, exactly.
This is not that. This is not that.
Nah, bro, you need that herb if you trying to
You need
fight
that
him.
herb. Yeah, you need that herb. The herb
Oh,
versus
man.
herb, because yeah.
I was very curious to your thoughts, because like I said, I went into the movie thinking, I was thinking beyond the movie, to be honest with you. I went into like I mean, if you listen to us, I'm talking about Dr. Doom. I want to get a Kang cameo in the post credits.
Yep.
Like, I'm thinking beyond the movie, to be honest. I
Yep.
didn't, so that lets me know that, like, hindsight, I wasn't even expecting the movie to be all that. To get that movie the way, I was like, yo, that was fire. Like, it's like, it was one of them movies where it was like, man, I could have watched another 3 hours of that. Like, I don't, like, man.
It was 3 hours of 3 hours or another hour or another 30 minutes of Namor, of Queen
Yeah.
Ramonda. I think M'Baku could have a little bit more screen time.
Yes.
I guess he wasn't really affected.
But you know what? I do know that, and I hate to bring them up, but they are doing those spinoffs on Disney Plus of the Dora Milaje and stuff. So it's like, man, I don't know if, well, I would assume that if you're doing the Dora Milaje, and M'Baku gonna be involved because he the king now.
Right.
So it's like,
in a group of, because Okoye didn't go back.
And Okoye, she one of them.
She a super Milaje. I don't know.
I don't. That's what you lose me with Black Panther Lord. It's like, now all this stuff finna be brand new to me. Like,
them niggas, they went to another level with them.
Yeah, she got vibranium suit that basically enhances her abilities to whatever the level it is.
She needed it because homeboy gave her some work.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that he's the he's one of Namor's nemesis in the comics.
Oh, dude, that was fighting with him?
Yeah, like,
really?
He think of you know how in Aquaman brother was like Aquaman's like they fought each other. Yeah. It's the same concept, because like Namor is not a villain, but like he's an anti-hero.
Right.
So
yeah.
He
showed that. He showed that he's a perfect
anti-hero.
Yes. Because he don't like the Earth. He's like Ocean Master. He don't like the Earth dwellers or whatever.
Yeah. Except for Wakanda. That's the only one.
Except for Wakanda. And that's it. And that's iffy, because
he only likes them because he knows the
we share vibranium. Yeah.
Yep.
I have no problem killing you if it comes to that.
Oh yeah.
Or your queen, obviously.
Because
That's
they
no
was
problem.
because what he said, what he told his general, he was like, I ain't even worried about the rest of the world. If we want to succeed, we got to take Wakanda down first. He ain't even worried about the rest of the world.
That nigga ain't had no problem taking out a queen, bro.
Man.
Jesus Christ. And hold on, real quick. I gotta put this laptop on charge. 1 second. You ain't gotta pause it.
Oh, okay.
It's just gonna be looking like
Yeah.
that.
I'm just like, man. Yeah. So I don't know what that Disney Plus show could even consist of.
Are you
Because
trying
what
to?
other issues do I guess we got Wakanda beefing with the US government now because they want to use everybody want vibranium.
Yeah,
So
and
I
they
guess
can't get
that
it because whatever is wherever it's at outside of Wakanda belongs to the
to
to
Atlantis. Or
yeah. I'm gonna call
Talakan.
them the Atlanteans because I don't the Talkians.
It's Talakan City or something there. But they changed the name to differentiate themselves from DC. So
Yeah, yeah, and
so
that's dope. That's dope. I respect that. I just gotta remember it. I just gotta remember the
yeah,
time.
it's gonna take time to remember, but they were introduced as Atlantis and they own comics too. So it's like it's not wrong to call them Atlanteans. It's just that they wanted to use a Hispanic how you say it?
Aztecian,
Yeah,
Aztec, Mayan.
Aztecian the language for the same word basically. So it's one of those you just you just change the language so it say something different. But yeah, man.
Talakan, Talakan,
Talakan, yeah,
Talakan.
man. And to be honest, I wouldn't even be shocked if we get more of them in the Ironheart series because they ain't necessarily said they was done trying to kill her. So
Right.
it's like what else could they Ironheart be up to or dealing with in her series?
Yeah,
Like
we'll see.
man, I don't know.
Because I thought, and this might be a change from the comics, but I don't even know. Riri Williams is a new character altogether. Recently new, like 2019 new. I'm talking about in
Yeah,
comic books.
yeah,
She wasn't always around. I think War Machine was Iron Man's true successor, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was partner, but
yeah,
eventually when I guess due to drunkenness or whatever, he couldn't manage both live worlds or whatever. You know, he had to take a break from the Iron Man's mantle. War
yeah.
Machine was always there. But they decided to go with Riri, and I'm okay. Well, I guess. But
But see that's the thing. War Machine is still there. Like I say, he got a movie coming out, so it's just not called War Machine. It's called Iron Wars. So
yeah. I don't know why they just didn't call it.
why they ain't calling it War
War
Machine?
Machine sounds way better than Iron Wars. You said what? What's it called?
Iron
Iron
Wars.
Wars?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why why they didn't call it War Machine, but for whatever reason, they chose. Well, I know why they did it because when it was just a Disney Plus series, that's what it was supposed to be called. But yeah, why they didn't switch it back to or just change the name altogether? It don't really make sense, but hey, it is what it is.
But yeah, that was definitely worth watching. If you're not a sexist, because it's a lot of women in this movie, and they're really taking the lead, and the guys are like taking the back seat, even though the guys are great actors in themselves. Because what's his name? Martin something, or his last name is Martin. Uh, Great actor. Winston Duke, great actor. But then again, they all pale in comparison to Angela Bassett. You talking about
Oh
acting?
man, I mean, the movie was stacked. Like as far as, but we knew that from the first one though, to be honest. So it wasn't that shocking. It was just the fact that she went
But
that
you got
hard.
yeah, when you have like even in the first movie you had starting quality players right in the bench because
Yeah,
Angela Bassett is a starter is an all-star right in the bench playing a background role as the queen while Chadwick was alive she was a supporting actor. Lupita supporting. Denai Guerrero was supporting. All these dudes. Martin Freeman. Is it Martin Freeman? It's not Martin Freeman. What is his name?
oh man, what is his name? I know exactly who you talking about, but I oh man, what is his name?
It is Martin Freeman.
Is it? I thought it was
Yeah,
like
Martin Freeman, great actor, great actor. But this one was well, it was a team effort for sure. Really well.
yeah.